right, so it comes in this sleeve right here. This comes off of it. This is I'll have to put a link in the description below, but it's a HVLP 1.3 tip. It reminds me of my 5500. So this is what you get in the box. So we have our gun. Let's see what else we have here. Of course, we have the junky cup, which I do not like plastic cups. I don't even like metal cups anymore. Disposable is the way to go. We have the lid. Comes with a weirdly shaped high flow tip. This is what I use, regular high flow. Those are junk. A couple color tips and tool and a brush and the instruction booklet. All right, so let's see what we got. So this is the gun. Now, I mean, it looks nice, don't get me wrong. The coating feels anodized, kind of, maybe. Feels kind of cheap, you know, what do you expect? Trigger feels good. And everything else feels good. So it's a 1.3. Oh, let's see what's underneath here. It's kind of built like solder. And that's kind of built like solder. All right, let's take this off. All right, here we go. It's really, really tight fit. Come on. I mean, this is really, really close to a solder replica. Let's see if I can get this back in there. I mean, this is like the black piece on my solder. Am I putting this in the wrong hole? Oh, what did I do now? See? I better double check and make sure that's where that's supposed to go before I put it back. Otherwise, it might not spray right. And this, I mean, it looks, all right, so here we go. So here's my solder. Don't mind it, it's a little dirty. So, I mean, there's a little bit of resemblance there. It's a little bit smaller. It's definitely a lot lighter. It's built a little bit different. Yes, this is more like maybe a 5000 series. I mean, and that's pretty much spot on there. So we'll see how this works. And I tried to get a disposable nozzle tip and adapter for this, but the company I get stuff from, they brought a couple out here and they couldn't get one that fits. There probably is, but they just didn't have it, so I'd have to check with like Harbor Freight, because Harbor Freight sells them too. All right, let's see if we can get this back. I gotta get this back together first. All right, and so we finally got that back together. There's a little pin in there that goes in the side. Now, the one thing I do know about cheap guns, there is a seal in there, right there. Now, that one kind of feels like Delrin. But I've had some that, you know, solvents, lacquer thinners don't like. They swell up real bad, and that can be a problem. So we're gonna have to use this cup, which I really don't want to do. Let's see here. All right, so we're bottomed out right there. We'll lock that down. Let's get a tip on here. Fitting on here, and we'll go and find out how this thing sprays. Now, I do have a vehicle already ready that needs painted to just put sealer on. It's probably flashed by now. We're going to use this gun to paint it. Oh, none of this stuff works. Anyway, now we have something else here that I ordered. I wanted to try out. Let's see what we got. This thing could be too bulky. I don't know. Now this is like a water trap and a regulator in one. It goes on the bottom of your paint gun. It's kind of heavy though. That's kind of the downside. It's kind of heavy. But You can regulate it, and then if you have water in it, it's just like a regular tractor. Push this button, sprays your water out. So you know what, we'll throw that on there and we'll see how that works as well. This was like 20 bucks. I'll put a link in the description as well, but it is kind of heavy and it's kind of bulky. That's one thing I don't really like about it. And it spins. I don't like that too much either. There's some things I really don't like about this. Yeah. I don't like how that spins, but all right. We'll get back here, get something set up, and we'll find out what this thing sprays like. All right, guys, so we're back here in the booth. As I was saying, so we have a truck here that we did rockers on. This is what we're going to use this new gun on and see how that sprays. And it's a high metallic color, so that's going to also show how it sprays out. So, all right, so I've got everything here. We got some color in here. It's really not bad. Feels pretty good. Trigger feels good. Fan pattern. It's all open. It seems okay. It's not super wide. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see what we got here. Kind of high at the top and then fills in, so let's dial it back just a little bit. That looks a little more even. All in all, it seems pretty good. I'm kind of so far impressed with it for 60 bucks because I bet I own every gun almost made. I know I own all the Sadas from the 2000. I don't know how many Iwatas own, a couple DeVelvis, the Technas, a lot of different guns. And so far, I don't know, the Sada 2000 and 3000 will seem to be my favorite. 5500 is probably my second favorite. I'm waiting for the Jet X to see exactly what that one's like. But for cheap guns, this one here seems pretty good. Now I can't tell you how long it'll last. Now I think the problem is people was putting these in gun washers, which destroys the inside of a gun if it doesn't have the right seals in it. So if you was using, let's say, the disposable cups and you're cleaning it out, you know, like you're supposed to, it'd be all right. Now, if you're just using this just to do, you know, like something at home or a couple little projects, I don't think you're gonna go wrong with it. But we're gonna find out, since this thing could explode or blow up or fall apart here in the next 20 minutes. So we'll see. We'll spray some color and we'll spray some clear and see how it does. All right. Okay. So I need to crank up the air pressure just a little bit more. So far it seems okay. I mean, it doesn't put out as much paint as my gun does, but it still feels pretty solid. So we'll spray the other side, come back, we'll put another coat over here. We'll see how that goes and go from there. All right, so we got our first coat on the other side and this side. Seems like this takes a little bit more pressure than my other Sadas. I don't know, I'm running this a little bit over 30, which I don't like, but it doesn't quite feel like 30. Seems all right, so let's get this other coat on here. I mean, it puts it on really, really good though. mean, it lays it down really good. I mean, I'm really impressed with this thing so far. Literally. I mean, I do use good paint. So, you know, like I could leave this like it is, but I'll probably put one more on it. But honestly, I'm kind of impressed with it. For 60 bucks, I'm impressed with it. I can't say I'm not. So we'll keep going. All right, so we got the second coat on here. Seem pretty good. I'm impressed so far. Now I gotta clean this thing out. I've never liked plastic cups. I've never really liked aluminum cups. Once you go to disposables, you just can't go back from there. So we're gonna try and clean this out, and we're gonna see how hard and how much of a headache this is gonna be. Now, normally I use this little cleaner here. So what I did is I took some lacquer thinner, dumped it in there. We will put the lid on. Can't do this with one hand right now. We'll put the lid on, shake it up, see how clean it comes from that. All right, this was from shaking it up just one time. First time we're trying to clean it. See how it comes out. It actually cleans up pretty good, so we'll put a little more in there, clean up the edges, and the cat lid, and we'll come back in a minute. All right, so actually I'm impressed with it. Comes clean real easy. Now the lid has a little groove right there. It runs around. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of hard to clean that part out. But honestly, it came clean really easy. Now, if you're doing this and you put lacquer thinner here, put the lid on, when you're shaking this, do not shake it towards your face. Shake it away from you. I have had the lids on some of the metal ones push in, blow off, and my face and my eyes ate lacquer thinner. And I can tell you what, if you've never had lacquer thinner in your eyes, you don't know anything about eye pain. That's some serious stuff. I ain't never gonna forget it. It's a pain that unlike no other. I'd probably rather be stabbed, to be honest with you. All right, so we're gonna get some clear mixed up. We'll get some clear in this gun. We're gonna spray that, and we're gonna see how that goes. Stay tuned. All right, so we got some clear mixed up. We got our cup full. Of course, we are using the Metal Lux, the 9700. I do like that stuff. Been using it for the last couple weeks, pretty good. So we're gonna get this sprayed. Now, I will put my respirator on, so you might not hear anything from me because I'm not breathing this stuff. So we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, so we got our first coat of clear on with this gun, and I tell you what, I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm impressed with it. So this is just the first coat, just the first one. Haven't put nothing else on, second coat yet. I mean, it looks pretty good. I am impressed. I'm very impressed with this gun so far. So we're gonna get the second coat put on here. We'll come back and we'll see what that looks like, and then we'll close this up. All right. Very impressed with it. Let's go over here. Man. Came untaped. Alright, so we got our second coat on. It's been about 5-10 minutes, and I mean, this has turned out, it's just unbelievable. I mean, I would have got the same result, the same exact result with my 5500, $1,000 paint gun. So you're probably thinking about, what are we going to do with these edges here where we stopped? We're going to use about like fade out spray. It just cuts in where you stopped, and then so that way the transition is smooth. Sometimes you might have to do just a little buffing, but we'll just go like that. That's it. And you're good. And I mean, the color, you can't even see. I mean, I don't know how it is on camera, but it's literally a perfect match. And that's it. Let it dry up, small, put it back together, and they can have it back. And I'm gonna be honest, so this is I'm impressed with this gun. I don't know how long this thing will hold up. That's the only thing I don't know. I don't know how long this will last. Do not leave lacquer thinner sitting in there. Some people do that. That destroys a lot of guns for that reason. Just get it as clean as you can, and then make sure you hook it back up, blow it out real good, set it down and store it. Just don't leave stuff sitting in this type of gun, because it probably will destroy it. I mean, it'll destroy some guns, but I'm pretty impressed with it. I mean, for $59 or whatever it was, I'll have to look. I'll put a link in the description. I do not get any money from this. This is bought with my money. No one came to me. No one sent it to me. This is my money. Because a lot of people, you know, like if you used to buy a Harbor Freight gun, that's what, 200 bucks? Why spend $200 when you can buy 3 of them for the price of this? You could have a regular, for one for base coat, one for clear coat, one for something else, maybe sealer. You could have literally 3 guns for that price. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna do a review probably on primer guns. If that's what you guys want to see, throw a comment down in the comments below. But I had found one that had like 3 or 4 different nozzles. It was 1.4, 1.7, 1.8 or something like that, a 2.0, 2.5. So for like 120, 130, you can have a gun that does everything. You can have one for your base and clear or whatever. One that does sealers, heavy primers, spray on polyesters that are real heavy like slick sand stuff. I mean, for that type of price, why would you not? But I mean, I'm impressed with it. Now I'll let you know probably within a couple weeks when, you know, I'm gonna try this some more. I would paint anything with this gun. If you close my eyes, you put both of them in my hand, my gun and that one, the only way I'm gonna know the difference is probably the trigger on the 5500 is a little softer and the other gun's a little lighter. That's maybe the only way. But other than that, if you painted something and came to me and said, which gun did I paint this with? Honestly, I'm not gonna know. That's the honest truth. I'm not gonna know. I mean, I've owned a lot of guns, but for the price this thing is, so far, if it holds up, it's hard to beat it. I can tell you that. It's really hard to beat it. And then the little regulator deal, I mean, it's not bad. I kind of like that. So if you don't have a fancy water separation system and you know, getting water, I think this will be a good deal. I'm not for sure. I can't say it will or won't, but I kind of like it. I use the little ball, and then I have a development set up that's on my wall back there, so that way it takes decent beads. So really nothing really gets through it, but I have the air hose that's been on there, has been on there a long time. I think there's some oil in it, just from condensation sometimes. But guys, I'm telling you, it's a great gun. I would recommend this to anyone if you are doing home projects, stuff like that. Like if you're trying to do production work, no, don't even buy this gun. You shouldn't even be thinking about this gun if you're in that type of situation. But if you got a hot rod or this, or you're just trying to repair what you got, I mean, buy that gun. I will throw the link in the description for it. Trust me, you won't regret it so far. I will let you know in probably a couple weeks on my final thoughts on if I've had any problems. I'll paint 3 or 4 more cars with it. I'll sit it in lacquer thinner like you would in a gun washment scene and see how that goes, see if there's any seal problems. I mean, I'll put it through a little bit of a durability test, but you can't beat it, guys. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if there's any other reviews of a gun you want to see, throw it in the comments and we'll make it happen. Peace.